Good evening. Welcome to tonight's stream. It's going to be a bit, a bit more chilled, a bit more short, a little bit shorter than usual. I got to get some sleep. It's been a few late nights, but just fancy getting in the game, building stuff. Oh, there's me. I'm definitely gone live, which is all good. Just checking on all the channels. We're over on Twitch and on YouTube. Please find us, click on links, hit the nice buttons, all of that business. There we go. I think I'm live. Yeah. It's all good. It's all good. I've got a lovely cup of tea. Lovely cup of tea. You got to love a cup of tea. Just getting all my bits and bobs ready. You know what I mean? As you do. Just messing about. So this is the kind of live stream where, well, as per usual, I'm just here to play the game, mess about, make stuff. Kind of think I don't know what to do today. I think we're going to be doing some editing, so we're going into level prefab editor. And probably, I'll start off by looking at the mouse maps, but I kind of fancy building something at some point, something totally random. I don't know. I don't have any ideas. There's all the random bits of paper. I've got one random bits of paper here, more here. We're collecting them over the past few nights. I've got a list of videos I want to make. I've got loads of different bits and bobs. But let's just see where it goes. I think the main thing is just to crack on with the mouse maps and see what happens. Is it going to load up? Yeah, we're messing trying to get the pictures. You can only really mess with entities like zombies and stuff like that. You can't change objects. You can't make them large. We had a bit of a mess trying to work it out. Let's get rid of this fog, if I could spell fog correctly. And then let's clear up some of this stuff here, because I think I can bin the whole line there. We definitely need that. We definitely need that. We're going to... Oh, why did I hit that button? I don't know. It doesn't matter. We need a clear hand anyway. So here yesterday, we expanded this. We put these cupboards here. We're going to put a cupboard into this zone here. We've got to decide if we're going to have some different kind of coloured cupboard here. I don't know if to go for... Oh, and something... I really want to finish around the top of this. I need to look at some POIs and decide... I like this, but I need to have a trim, or whatever it's called, that bit around the top. So what we need to do is we need to have a look. If I go to, Trader Jen herself, she is normally in somewhere. She's down here. What kind of trim is being used around here? There isn't anything. But she does have these nice wooden ceilings here, but I don't think they really match with what we're doing. Let's go and check a little house out. Again, it's just a wooden cabin. There's nothing around there. So I'm looking for the kind of, it's called the moulding or the trim or something like that, isn't it? I don't know. Oh, gosh. Nemesis mentioned it last night. I forget the word for it. We'll have a look at it. Something to do with not bulletproof, other, cloth, steel. Not props. Maybe it's in other. I don't think it is in other. It's got a special name, isn't it? It's got a special name, and I can't remember what it is. This is blocks. No, this is creative. Let's have a look here. I'm just going to find a house. Let's find a house. Let's open a house. And if we go for some kind of house, some house is going to have some kind of something or other. Let's go to a modern house. Go and have a look. Random. And let's go and have a look. This kind of thing. This kind of deal here. So that block there is crown. The crown. But I want to know if there's any other crown on here. We've only got this kind of crown moulding. If I bring this here and I have a look at it, yeah, we've only got this kind of crown moulding. But still, if I made something like that a bit smaller, I know that 50 did. We're going to start off with that one. Let's go up to level 50's kind of assets that he made. And then somewhere here we got the crown moulding. So we could try this and see how that looks. I just think it's too big. I think it's too big for me right now. We'll take that. We'll head over to the Trader Jen, or, well, not quite, but Jen's little medical room over here. That's that one. Oh, yeah, sorry. I'm just being really dumb now. Let's take that. Let's turn that round. Let's bring this over here a bit. Here we go. Now, compared to that, you see, it would cause a problem here. The moulding needs to be smaller. It needs to be 1, 2, only 3 blocks big. But if I was to bring that up here, and then I was to paste it in here, yeah, I think that just looks too big. So the question is if I take it from here to this position here, that is going to be incorrect. I really want that line, don't I? Let's try this. Let's try this. There to there. Yeah, that's the one. I'm going to bring this all the way across here. Whoa! What did I press? What did I press? No idea. We'll try that again. I'm going to bring this across here. We're going to take a copy of that, and then we're going to... It might have to be bigger in order to get the corners. We'll have to see. But something along these lines. This is what I'm thinking. Something like that. Let's get rid of this one. I do think this is definitely too big. Down and across. That's the wrong across. That's the right across. Let's get rid of that. Something like this, some kind of crown moulding, just so, I don't know if it's the right colour, but something that kind of like messes with that edge there might be a good idea. Might be, might not. Whoever knows in this game. I'm going to copy this so it gets to the edge over here, and we'll see if it's possible to blend it in, because that's basically, it's not worth copying and pasting everything until I know that it can blend in. So we'll take that. We'll take another copy. We will rotate that into position, and we will come over here a bit, come over here a bit, and I'll bung that there. So then it's basically a matter of, can I do something with this? So I'm going to have to just quickly fix this bit up. So we'll take that over to there, take a copy of that, bring it across here, paste it in. Okay, so that's fixed. But it's, can we do something with this? So I need the admin tool back. And come on, where are you? Everything. Everything. There we go. Everything here. Boom, 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 boom. And I will need another set of this just to go across here. Okay. Oh, damn admin tool. It is the bane of my life. Or I'm the bane of my own life, messing around with this and hitting the wrong button. Come on. Boom. There we go. That has to be, that there is definitely blocks that will fit that in. Surely, surely. Okay, let's get a variant block helper that is wood. We can dump that out, and then we're going to try and fill this in. So I'm going to initially just copy shape and rotation for that one. And then I'll do the same. I don't think it will be. Will it be the same for that? Let's just fill this in. Whoa. Pressing R, nothing else. Stick these in here. They need to be in there. Chucking that one in here. So that triangle definitely has got to be a block, and that triangle's definitely got to be a block. Let's go and try and find those. Somewhere in all of this, there's going to be something like this block in here. I don't think this is the right block. but I like messing with it. Is it that block but upside down? Let's make sure we're in advanced rotations. No, it's the wrong way around. We need something that comes inwards. So it's going to be something like this one. Ramp inside corner fill. That one there. So that fits in there. Is that going to be the same one? It is. It is. Okay. That's good. That's good. So I think that's what I want to try and achieve. Something around there. Not sure what we're going to paint it as. I might start by painting it white just to have a look and see. But basically, I think that's the vibe I kind of want to go for. Let's get something that is... Let's just get good old medicine cabinet. Let's get this to paint surface. Oh, gosh, no. That's a mirror, isn't it? We want something that's metal white. At least it's visible to start with. Yeah, that could be. It's got some kind of little texture. When you're over here, what does it look like? Oh, yeah, I forgot I've got the silly boots on. Ho, ho, ho. That gave me a heart attack. Let's take silly boots off. Yeah, I think it does something. All of these shadows will disappear once we've kind of updated this correctly. But I think that might be it. So let me take that to there. And then we're going to copy that, rotate it. And then we're going to bring this to wherever it's going to fit. It's going to fit in that corner there. So we'll go, I think that might be it. It's very hard to see from a distance. Yep, that looks good. So I'm going to paste that in, copy that one, rotate again. And we'll bring that all the way over here. Whoosh to the other side. Sticking that over here. And then let's have a look here. Yeah, I got lucky. I got lucky. Rotate once more. And then we're going to bung that all the way over here. All the way over here. Like so. Look at that. Why do I hold this thing in my hand? Nobody knows. Nobody knows. I don't know why I do this to myself. Come on. There we go. Okay. So that's kind of, yeah, I think that trim size kind of works. It kind of fits in all right. And it's going to fit in with this. So now let's try and edit this part. We want that to go all the way there. And we'll just kind of jog these along until the whole thing is full. Yeah, that looks okay. Boom. All the way across here. Boom. Boom. Okay. Except all of that I've just put in the wrong place. I am an idiot. All of that. Okay, all of that to there. Bam. Well, it's all fixable. Everything in this game is somehow fixable. Gonna take a bit of time. Big area. There we go. Okay. Is that actually lined up now? Yeah, I hope I haven't messed up the others. Oh, look, I have. Oh, look, I have. Bam. To the bam. To the bim, bam, bomb. Shove that in there. I swear I checked it. It's just the angles are difficult. That one's okay. That one's... Let's go and check this. Nope, that one's wrong as well. Oh, okay. You're a plonker. I'm a plonker. That needs to go this way one. I am a plonker. Why is that killed that bit there? Undo. I mustn't have highlighted the correct amount. Let's try it again. Stick that in. Happy days. And we're almost there. Yeah, just something around the top. I just feel like there's quite a lot of wall space. So there needs to be like something a bit more to it. Well, that's what I felt like last night anyway. Yeah, I think that's okay. Do you reckon we could risk it for the biscuit? Do you reckon we could go like that and actually take all of this across? Or is that just going to break stuff? Let's try it. Let's try it. Obviously, we do need to make sure we get it in exactly the right place this time. Actually fly over and check that we've got it. Is that all right? No, it's not. We're done. Undo. There we go. So that gives us that bit. Does it mess up the edges? Okay, so I need to go one this way. I should just take the whole side, shouldn't I? Yeah. Take it calmly, calmly. Calmly. Or just fix it like this. Or just manually fix it. Boom, boom. Take the room. Right, nice. That one. What was that? That's wrong. And I've got to take that one again. Place it in there and paint it white. Okay. It might just be easier to not be such a plonk about it, but let's just, I don't know. Let's try this. Can I do that? No. Can I do that? That is the one on the edge. That is the one here. Let's take that in a bit. No, I could do that wall to wall, couldn't I? That might be easier. One on this side. One on this side. And then over on this side. Come on. I can just see you there. Oh, it's done that thing. It's done that thing. It's crashed. And I haven't saved anything. I'm going to save where I am. We exit and we start again. Come on. Sometimes when you're copying lots of things, it just decides to, your WSAT just stops working. That only happens now and again. Definitely had it before, but a reset anyway should cure any shadow issues that we have at the top. Or the whole thing's decided to stop working. I've got my keyboard, but I don't have any movement. Okay. We restart the game. Maybe it's completely died on me. That is possible as well. Haven't seen that for a very long time. Oh dear. Stretchy. Come on. If we can make it look pretty around the top, I just think it's going to mask it. Problem is I really need another picture up there. And making a picture that's big is difficult. And we've already got the one that says PG, but we need one. It'd be nice to have a proper picture, but to make that pixel art is going to be probably going to look rubbish. Editing tools. So let's see if I've got my keys back or if I press something terminal on the game. We just don't know. We just don't know. Come on. Come on, game. building that environment we're in. I am moving about now. So it was just a little bit of a glitch, but we did manage to save it at least. So we're going to turn the weather, get the old fog off. It can fog off. And then we're going to do our best again to put a block in the middle or down the bottom. Let's stick it in here. Let's make it bigger. Let's bring it out a couple. Let's bring it up one. No, let's not bring it up one. I think it's already big enough. There it is. We'll try this all the way across here. We'll get underneath here. Problem is just seeing the little markers. Boom, boom. Okay, that's good. So we're going to paste that, rotate that, bring it all the way over here. Make sure that that double box is in the correct position, because that helps. Okay. Put that, if my little box will appear, all the way over to the side. So again, take your time, don't rush, don't rush, don't rush. Stick it in there. And fingers crossed, we've got that. I've got something left over from before. That's fine, but this is correct. Whilst it's highlighted, I'm going to do the next one. So we are going to bring it over here. Bring it over here. Doop, doop, doop. And bring it over here. Just one out still. Pop. Okay. Oh, that's one out there, is it? It is. Blink. That's in the correct position now. All right, and we've actually done all the way around. I thought I was missing one. That's okay. So let's kill this lot. Okay. A small thing, but I just feel it's probably the best thing to do on this map. Yes, I actually quite like that. I quite like that. I even like it in the white. I like that. Okay, good addition. Where's the list of things to do? Stuff on shelves, hinge on top table, maybe a bottle of wine, fix cabinet, oh, the whole cabinet, stealing the mouldings. Okay, so the mouldings can go. That's done. That's done, everyone. Good. Water dispenser 50's doing. Books on shelves. We could get some books from a different POI and put those on there. But I'm thinking, what about the colour of these? We need to have a look at some cabinets. Cabinets. What do we have? Let's get, I don't need this. A filing cabinet would be lovely to make. I'm tempted to make a filing cabinet. But then we're going to have an office, and we'll have one in there, I think. Got to put that on the list. Filing cabinet. Filing cabinet. I don't think anyone's made one of those yet. But we need a whole series of these. So if I was to take this and place the different ones down, I don't think they have different materials. Cabinet random helper. I think you've got to paint them up yourself, don't you? Because if I was to put that down and then get the paint, isn't there a cabinet? But there's this one here, you see, the top cabinet. So I've got one without this. That's all it is. It's just a tall cabinet. But it's got a very distinct black line down the middle. And it doesn't have all these features on here. Do I try that? I'm going to hit save. Now, the way I've made these, we would need a black line down the middle. Now that block could be shifted across. They're trying to imply here. There's a gap between the doors. Level 50, you're right, mate. Oh, you're working. Good, mate. All good, all good. I'm thinking we should make a filing cabinet 50 for the office. A proper filing cabinet. I think that would be interesting, because if we could have it where the drawers are slightly open and stuff, you know? But I'm thinking of turning these doors away from this style into this. I don't know if that's worth it. Maybe obviously bringing the handles higher up. What do you think? Should we just stick with these, or should I do something? What do you reckon? I just don't know. They look all right. Oh, have a look at that. Have a look at the crown moulding. I put the crown moulding in, but only made it 2 rather than 4. And I think that crown moulding kind of makes it better. What do you think? I definitely think that looks good. I think it's needed. I'd like to put something on that wall there. I'm tempted to shift that across over here. And then maybe we could make a poster or something. What posters do we have? Oh, look at that poster. What's that poster? Health bar. That would look good. That would look really cool. That's potentially doable. A lot of painting. But I could do that. Oh, I like that. What's that in comparison to the size of things? That's 2 meters in width. I could put a banner up here that's health bar. That would be a lot of work, but it would look cool. 2 meters wide, or just under 2 meters wide. What's that? It's going to miss a quarter and a quarter. So 1 meter 50 by what height? 1 meter 50 by 50. So that's 20. It's 10 by 30. Ooh, possible. 10 by 30. And it could go across here somewhere. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a painting module. I'm going to take one of these. And I'm just going to try it out. No, what I can do is I can take that and I can go, boom, I can go copy, shape and rotation. So if I place this on the wall, bam, and I go, oops, let's shoot that out. Let's go 10 by 30. What's that? 9 by 26. About there. 10 by 30. And I fill that in. Boom. It would be that big. And it could go perfectly on this wall here. So I could go from here to here. And I could go, no, let's do it like that. Let's go there to there. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and get this to kind of, there you go, centralize on that. How many blocks? 2 blocks to remove here. Okay. Get rid of those. So that would be 10 by 30. Let's just check that. 10 by 30. That's what it says. Lovely jubbly. We could try our best to get it to say health bar in some description. I don't know. I'm tempted to try. Let's put this up over here. That could look quite cool. And I feel that this box might need to be over here. It's just the only reason it was here, because then there's a... No, it might have to stay here. Because then it gives us a fighting chance to have ways of getting across there. Once we've got a bit more jump. That could go here, maybe. I don't know. I just feel that part of the wall needs something. And I don't know why. But that would look cool. That would look cool. But do I put all the effort in to try and make a health bar thing? I don't know. Let's have a... You know what I'm like. Once you try something, you feel like you should. So that's going to be some kind of blue. And it's going to be a little bit over. A little bit over and a little bit under. Like here. And how far is it going to go down? It's going to go down to just under half. It's going to go down to about here. And then we've got to see if I write health, how big that's going to be. So I think the font looks very much like this, thin, although it's symmetrical and that is not. So let's try this. Okay. Right, let's just see it. I'm not going to be able to get the diagonals though. We're going to have to do our own version of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Health. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That would bring me over to this section here. They're way thinner than that. They're way thinner than that. But that's about the minimum I can make it. I might have to do my own version of it. And he thinks, unless the E's thinner, which it's not. Although, okay, what if I was to make that? Something a little bit crazy like that. I don't think that is going to be... It needs to be like 4 white. That's the problem. You've got to fit in the word bar, and you've got to fit in a heart. Okay. What if... What if I tried something a little bit different? It's only got to kind of mirror it. What if I made this a little bit thinner? So we made this only 4. So it had the... And it looks like the E's got a big nose, which that kind of has. The A is going to be a different font. But if that will have to be 5. The L could be as big as the E. That could be just 4. It's not too bad. It's not too bad. The T. The problem with the T, I feel like I want to make it 5. That's going to look really thin. What if we made that 4? Yeah, that's probably the best of the worst. And then, of course, we're just going to do another H exactly the same. Nice, 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 nice. Boom, 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 boom. So we got health. It says health. Just draw HP bar. I'll do. I want it to look like that. And then we're going to get some white going. Let's get some fabric lines on there. And then obviously B is going to be difficult as we want it to look like a B. It's just going to look like an 8. Well, that might do. Health bar. It's just not big enough. It's not small enough. What if I was to make it lowercase? Still going to be just as long. Health bar. Health bar. That's a challenge, that. Worth having it in capitals then if it's going to be like that. We'll just have to work around it. Health bar, I'm going to somehow fit in some kind of crazy armed heart. Is it possible to draw? Let me hit save here because I can delete that later if I don't like it or give up on it. But if we can have a red, can I make like a heart shape? It's not quite what I want. This may take a few attempts. God, no. Or I could just try and make a more symmetrical heart. Because we're only trying to simulate roughly what it is. Okay. So how would I do a heart? Come on. Like so. health bar. Now, if I shift the whole lot across one, which would be lovely to do, I shift the whole lot across one. I'll get an edge there. I need the whole thing to be just one smaller though. Basically, what I need is I need this. That's the first block. That's the second. So what I need is I need all of that to be across here. And then I'm still not going to be able to put a border in there. But I could draw this shifted so I could have room for arms or whatever. Okay. Gonna have to concentrate on this. Yeah. I thought I already brought that across. Oh, symmetry, hang on. Let's do this. Just that two there. Okay. So health bar, it's got enough border around it. Let's fill this all in to start with. So we don't have to have a little dude, or we can put a silly face in there if we want. So that definitely says health bar. Mm-hmm. What would the E look like if I... It would look too short. The only reason I'm thinking is it'd be nice to shift the whole thing across, but it'd be a lot of work. Rotating 44 would be nice. Oh wait, you can't, lol. Yeah, exactly. I just thought it might be nice to have a board around it or something, but the poster itself doesn't, does it? It has like 50G. Can I fit in 50G in there? I don't think I can unless I bring this up. Oops. 5. No, we're never going to get 50G in there. We're going to have to leave just some kind of smudge or something. Are we going to put a little face in here? Are we going to kind of like go like so, and then go and get some of that, and go like this. Oops, a daisy. Get some little eyes in there. Oh yeah, I shouldn't make him too cross-eyed, should I? Let's pick that. Let's pick that. And then let's do a little mouth, which is another red and a black. So if we got like a little black here, and then we got a different red. That was concrete red. It's not exactly great. It looks nothing like it. Oh dear. It looks nothing like it. I feel like it should be. Could it be higher? Or is that going to look too silly? No, I think that's better. And then we could give him silly little legs. We could just go for a bit of black. And then we could go... Right, it's got a silly pair of legs. And then we could give him a little arm. And he could have his little fist at the end, which would be like a pinky colour. Could he have a little pinky fist at the end? And then I don't think he's going to get a little arm up here. Can he be a one-armed dude? Or maybe I could just have an arm that is 1, 2, 3, 4. And then down here. Yeah. But maybe, dare I say it, that needs to be up one. Well, it's something. Just say it. Well, it looks like the health bar thing, ish. It's an ode to it, isn't it? What we need a blue background round here. We're not going to get the head. I don't think I'm going to be able to get the... Like, we'll try it. We'll save it. I'll get some white. And then we'll see if we can... I don't know. It kind of half is all right. Maybe that needs to be... It kind of half looks like he's wearing a sweatband. Yeah, I don't know. That might be all right. 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 It doesn't look as angry. But the whole point is it's brown around it, and then there's some kind of like slice along here. So we could slice it along here and make all of this blue. We need a better blue than we were using. We might want to use metal roof. Right, so we've got that, and then we might want to kind of bring the metal roof up here. Like so. Put this up here. Improvise somewhat. So these kind of... We'll see what happens. Unfortunately, I can't fill all this in. I've got to do it manually. Because these little blocks are all different. They don't overlap. Something like that. I don't know if there's a better blue for the... Or do I go for the lighter blue with the dots and stuff? It might be better to have this blue on the background and this blue for health. Because this blue here is like lines, so it gives structure to the thing. Let's just make an H and have a look. That is a bit of a pain. I think that will be better. I think that's what we need to do. And I don't think that I can fill, as it fills, it kind of does. It just does it really slowly. It tries and it fails. I suppose it's a little bit quicker if I do this, but no, that's the same as size. It kind of works. So the question is chip chop, chip chop. So let's remove that back to single. Let's rub that one out. Dum 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 dum. Dum 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 dum. I go dum dum dum. I think I might just have to make it a straight line. All the way up here. That one, that one, that one. Yeah, that looks kind of okay. Okay. So we got that bit. The rest of it, well, we've got white across the top. Well, I could expand this out. I could expand this out. So what if I was to make this like here? Up, over, 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 up. Yeah, I think that'll be better. Right, let's fill that in. It's just something a bit different. Might want to make his eyes a different blue. I don't know what other blues we've got. We've only got that blue. We've only got this blue. We don't have anything else, do we? I suppose I could make it the line one. It's meant to be darker. Let's have a look and see what it looks like. Does that give us a little bit? Yeah, it looks like the shine in his eyes. Okay, that's a bit better. So we just need to fill this in. Okay, a bit more done. It's so weird the way it decides what you're painting and like, why does that suddenly work? And this so weird. Right, health bar. Boom. So then if we did white for the top two lines, it won't interfere with this. We could use a different white, maybe metal duct, but isn't that going to keep rotating? Oh God, that looks awful. That looks awful. I think that just looks all... What's that look compared to that? It's just not white enough, is it? What about metal ventilation duct? Oh, of course not. Metal wrought iron, 2 grey, even though the picture is certainly whiter. Beer cooler side is really dark grey, except it just doesn't look like that there. It may have to be the same white as the other one. And that's too, it's just going to have to be metal white. Okay. Concentration face on. So that's that white bit. We do a single white down the bottom. Times it. I'm going to have to tell the kids to go to bed. It's 11 p.m. Hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second whilst I just get the kids to bed. Back in a sec. Boys, it's 11 p.m. It'd be nice if you went to bed, go up out early. Rather than no, yeah, you can do what you need to do, but I'm still streaming, so you kind of get yourself ready. Kind of get around the door when you're ready. Yeah, is that all right? Working to sleep. Right. Right, mission children into bed is occurring right now. What we need to do is we need to look at this bit. So this is like, there's some white writing and there's all this little bit and this little bit, but let's get the brown on there. Now, the brown's got to have a bit more contrast to the blue because the blue's darker than we want it to be. So I need something a bit lighter. Like what? Excuse me whilst I cough. Cabinet side. See, that gives it a bit more contrast. This could be the one. We think. Yeah, I think that might be it. Let's see if we can up the game here and try and get some of this lot going a bit quicker. See if anything wants to fill in without destroying anything else. It's slowly helping me. Okay. It's kind of good. Yeah, I think that looks all right. It's not perfect, but we are slightly limited with our beautiful colours here. You know, 7 Days to Night paint textures, limited mode on. I'm sure we can fill yourself in. All right, no problemo. Nice. Good, good, good. Love it. So that's definitely a version of the health bar. We might want to, we could, like, we could, that's metal white. Okay, that is different. That's good. We could, like, put, don't do that. Don't do that. We could put, like, something like this at the bottom. You know, just so it's got that kind of vibe. Angel Eyes. You got me on the big screen as well as mobile. I'm just trying to make a beautiful little health bar thing, because I just think that will be something a little bit extra, you know, from a poster point of view up there. I think for me, I think it's okay having some random letters there. I think it's okay. I don't think I'm going to do any more than that, to be honest. I think that'll do. Okay, we don't have this extra white bit here. We don't have the 50 grams of whatever. But, you know, when it comes to the health bar sign, it's still got a little geezer there. And the little geezer still kind of, it's a poster. It breaks up the wall. It does the job, doesn't it? So I think that'll do the job. Oh, we had this, didn't we? We had the keys here earlier. This is difficult to make a keyboard because with a keyboard, we've got, if everything's the same color, it's just going to be one big thing. Like if I go escape, F1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and then I go a couple of those, and I go a couple of these. You know what I mean? I could change the color of them, but it might have to be limited to this kind of deal. It might be better than not having anything there like we had. I'm paid to say that. In fact, you are not paid, mate. You are not paid. Oh dear. Better than all black than it was, though, maybe. And then if I was to turn this bit, or no, I could just put a spacebar at the bottom. Oopsie. Just like that. You are not. If only I had the money to pay you. I don't know. It's better. Is it better? It's got a nice reflection. Not when you get near it, of course, because you can't have a reflection when you're near something. You can have a reflection when you're miles away. You know the rules. You can't render it properly except when you're reflecting something from afar. It's weird, but true. It's something at least. I suppose I could put another row of things down here. But the other way of doing it would be to take this to here. If we wanted a bit more, we could put this here, but then that gets rid of this line, doesn't it? Yeah, I don't want to do that. I don't know. Or we just paint it all black again. We could put like a little bulb thing here or something. You know, some kind of little light. One of these button lights. I don't want to reset one. I thought they had these on the surface. Can't remember now. Let's try one of these. Where's it? Oops. If I get one of those. Oh, is it? This is half a block. It might well have to be reset then. Recessed then. But it can't be recessed like that. Okay, I was just thinking like some kind of button light. I thought these were actually recessed. Recessed light, 2x2. Offset. That's just offset to the side. I'm sure one of them was recessed. I'm sure what one of them was, and I can't remember what it is. Although, what about we have a track light and have upside down? No, you just can't fit it on there. No, that's a shame. Okay, I'm just being silly. I'm just being silly. Right, okay, so there's something going on there. That's okay. What did it say? We've got a new poster. Carlos Matos from Brasilia. Do you make map mods? I do make map mods, yes. I make the mega city and the large cities and that kind of thing. Indeed. That's what we do. What do we think down here, ladies and gentlemen? Do we turn that into grey? Or do we leave them as they are? That's what I don't know. That's what I don't know. Maybe I'm just going to try it and see what it looks like. But I just think it might look better if we take that and then have this colour on the top and the bottom go grey to be different. I think I need to. I think I need to go grey on here. Whoa. Too high. Too high. I think I need to go grey on here. I think, is it the whole door fits? Yeah, the whole door's the same. So how are you, Carlos? Do you enjoy playing the game? Do you use map mods? What we need, that's Pillcase side. This one is called Torque. So we want Torque. We want the Torque on its own. This is what we're going to be using. And we're going to be using Torque all the way around the front of this. What does the bottom look? That's got the recessed ones. These are just full-on cabinet doors, aren't they? All the way down. So I'm actually having to like bring the cabinet down. I could cheat and just make this all like so. And then just, because it's not a cabinet on the top. Although maybe that needs to be this colour. But then I could make the doors just fit in. So the doors don't need to be this complicated. The doors do not need to be this complicated. They could just be very much a block. I need my, whatchamacallit, bridge block. Bridge block. That's the one I'm going to use. That's the one I like using. We have got that there. So we're actually going to put this all the way down to here, I think. Nope. We're going to try and get into this block. Ah, look, that's why there's a rope there that I didn't notice. We're actually going to put that in like that. We're going to fill that up just so it's full. We're going to get the torque like so, and we're just going to put that on. Because in essence, this is just all the same. Unfortunately, it's got like dirtiness to it. It doesn't give us much going on here. Now I could change this block so it's got a little rim, a black rim down the edge. I could use the darker to be a bit different. I don't want that. I don't want that. I could use the darker and I could highlight this like so. Don't know if that's going to work or not. Let's just try it. Like so. Got the nighttime music. I wonder what that was in my ear. Would that work? Is that the right grey? Should I be using the light grey and the dark grey? I know that that is taupe. And that is dark grey around the edge. I suppose we're trying to make it the same. I just feel like we need to kind of... Well, the only other way of doing it is to stick this in here, delete that, and then we could put the door on the front of this, but then it doesn't matter. It's something to run around, isn't it? For the rim, try the block I used on the laptop. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking, this one here. I'm thinking of that one down here. Because what would be this bit, but then I suppose it could just go all the way around, couldn't it? So if I took that one and I copy shape and rotation, I actually can't use that, can I? I want to use the one that's full thickness. So if I find out what this block is, this is trim. That's what we're looking for. We're looking for trim. Let's get all the blocks. We want something with a trim. Is there anything with a thinner trim? We'll start off with this one and have a look. This might be good enough. So if I rotate this one to that position, and I go from here to here, and I fill that up with that trim, then we're going to paint that. Whoopsie. We're going to paint that all the way down. And then we're going to go and get some black. And we're going to paint this trim all the way down. It could be that. I could trim it with the same as this. That might look better than the black. I could trim it with that, put a handle on. That might look better. Sim Carlos Elefaz. I don't know my Portuguese, mate. What do you think? Do you reckon? Let's try and put a handle on here. We want a handle like this. We want a pipe job. I know this is only painted on, but we're going to try and recreate that. I would say it's like a curved pipe. And height-wise, it's quite long, isn't it? But we'll put it at the top here. So let's go and get a... Well, let's do it properly. Let's go and get a variant. Let's get some variant metal. And then let's search for pipe. So I'm thinking pipe thin corner down. This one here, pipe corner. Yeah, like so. Give me some advanced. Like so. I think that would work quite well. You know what I mean? Okay. And then I need some straight pipe. Boom. 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 Yeah. I like the look of that. And then we go back to this colour. That looks all right. I know that's not the same colour. It's meant to be the same colour, but that looks all right. Hey, some guy saw. How was your game? How was your building? You're right, mate. Just trying to upgrade these cabinets from the kitchen cabinets to officey style ones. I think it's the best compromise for looks compared to the real thing, which doesn't have a rim around it, but I think it's kind of needed. I think it looks good enough. I think it looks good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that to there, and we're going to copy this across. Oops, no, let's bring this out one. Let's copy this across, and let's put this in this position. Yeah. So we kind of, I'm going to just paint this up a little bit. Nope, undo. Let's do that by hand then. Yeah, we're kind of compromising on what it looks like, but I think it's just going to give a bit of contrast and do the job. You know what I mean? Need food. Good, good, good. Yeah, it was good to come and see what you're up to. Thanks for touring around all your POIs. Some of those are immense. I mean, like, genuinely, like, crazy amount of work. They do take a lot of time, that is true. But, like, my God, you got some... just to remember your way around the maze of an entire city you've built is crazy. What we're going to do then is we're going to take that to here. No, we're not. We just want that single. Excuse me. What's going on here? I want that block there. And I want that block there. Yes. It's never going to let me rotate it that way around, is it? Okay. Ignore that. What is it? What's it? What does it think is here? I haven't put any structural blocks in here. Why does it? What's it doing? It's thinking I'm placing up against something. I might have to come here. I don't think I put any structural blocks in here. You still get lost. I love it. Okay. So I won't be able to rotate that way. So I'm going to have to do this manually again. We're going to go from here down to here. I'm going to fill that in. That's good. We're then going to take the front of this to the front of this and delete anything that was on the front. We're then going to take this over to here and we're going to fill it with this one here. And then we're going to take third handle and we are going to place here. And then we're going to paint all of this, a whole surface, one color. Even the blocks decide to be a pain. And this is the question. When I do this, does it still look okay when it's twice the thickness? It's looking okay to me. Yes, I think that works. I think that works. We've got the rope in here. I'm going to have to take the rope out for now. It would be nice if it was just nice to me. There's definitely something in the way. I must have some structural blocks in there. Yeah, I think that looks good. So we'd be painting the sides of these. Yeah, I think that looks okay. So, killing that. Killing me softly. Do. Yeah. Okay. So let's get from this block here to this block here for now. Then we need to take out this rope because I want to be able to do things. And then we need this one to be facing that way. Stick that one in from there to there. Paste that in. That is the wrong color. Unselect. Okay. Paint that color. So that becomes the edge. The top of it, we're just going to paint the entirety of that color. And then we're going to get the tool and we're going to paint that there. Probably going to paint the back of those tool. Sort out that. Boom, boom, boom. Torpedy talk. Yeah, I think that could be good. Let's just get a handle on here. Let's get a handle on the situation. Boom. 1, 2, 3. Get ourselves our pipe corner. Lovely jubbly. It's funny when you open a door and make a hole in a wall and find it. Yeah, I know. And then later on you're like, God damn it! There's a hole in my POI. Nah. Look at that. Look at that. It jumps from, I want to do that, rotate. No, I'll go to the other side. There. That's not what I want, stupid thing. That's what I want. Stupid thing. Take some of that. I think we may be on for a winner there. I think that just looks better in this room. Let's go up here and, like, I don't know, just stand at the side and admire it from afar. Come on. Yeah, I think that looks a bit more... Actually, looks quite good. I'm quite impressed with that. Yeah, I think that's all right. I think that's all right. Now, we could take this and put a cupboard in here, and we could turn... No, it's at the same time, trying to mirror Jen's base, this would be the colour of her deals. Well, maybe I just don't put any cupboards here. Maybe I don't. Maybe I just leave that be, and then there's like a little break in it. Oh, hang on 1 sec. You all right, mate? Is Ben there as well? He's in bed. Right, I'm just going to say night to the kids. I'll be back in a sec. You in bed, lads? All right. Let's try and shift ourselves. We'll have to shift ourselves to like 10 to 11 girls. The plan tomorrow, really, I would like, is at some point before midday, it's to head to Met. Go and buy everyone just a nice couple of pairs of jeans and a nice couple of t-shirts. Jeans, yes. Well, jeans, you're wearing Thomas's at the moment. Thomas has got 2 pairs of grey jeans. I'm thinking those two pairs that you've got, right, give them to Ben, because they're baggy and skating and they look cool. They look cool with his white, right? You, 2 pairs of brand new jeans. You buy the same ones. If not, you just have one of those, or you share them. But I'm just saying, you might find them and you're like, oh, this is a really nice fit. Let's just go and have a look. We're going to have to wait. We'll get back as soon as possible. You know, we don't spend a lot of time with that. Yes. The earlier we go, if we can go there for like, we can leave here at 9:30 for a 10 start, then we can be back at just after, if we didn't stay for lunch. You know what I mean? We'd be back at midday 1. Yeah. So it won't take too long. It's just be good to go out rather than just sit here all day. And then, yeah, I'm just saying we could have a look because he needs some new jeans. We could go and buy Ben some skate jeans and you could use the grey ones. You know what I mean? But as the what I'm saying. But there's nothing wrong with finding exact same jeans and buying some more. Do you know what I mean? I don't know. We find some in Marks and look at them. Do you know what I mean? So let's just go and have a look and see if there's a pair of jeans we can all buy. I would like to have a new pair of jeans just per se. Okay, well, yeah, but that's why you want to look in Marks to find a pair of jean trousers. You know what I mean? Because they're like, I know it's weird. It depends how they that. But let's just go and have a look at that. Let's go to the t-shirt shop first before it gets busy when all the racks are full. And then just do that thing where we go on sides and we go, oh, and just go nice. Pick out hand. You know what I mean? Just so we've got some things. And then just literally come back. We've got enough pants, we've got enough socks at the moment, we've got all of our business. Just it'd be nice to not be like going, at the moment I'm like, oh, I've got polo shirts and I'm like, where's my t-shirts? Yeah, I must say, like, oh yeah, I've got some things. Yeah. Just need a handful. And also, if we go to dance, we nice to not buy a load of what. Is that all right? It's just if we tick that box. Oh, yeah, I know. You want to play games or something? That's fine. So do I. I don't have to. No, so I'm saying. But is that then? That's all right then. You go to the skate park in the afternoon. I'd like to get those. Yeah, exactly. But we'll get back. We'll just get back. Yeah, is that all right? But if we do it, but that means that like if I'll put my alarm on. But if I'm passed out, wake me up, blah 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 blah. You know what I mean? All right. Well, we do need some sleep. So let's do it. I'm going to have these screen for a little bit more and get some sleep. So, night, Thomas. Night, Ben. Night, everyone. I'll see you in the morning. No, love you. Night. Right then. Okay. We're almost there. Kids have gone to bed. I'm not staying up too much tonight because we've got to go and do some shopping tomorrow. Night, Angel. Angel's headed off. Window shopping kind of deal. Cupboards suit better. They do suit better. Let me get myself back up. Oh, hang on. I'm looking for one thing. Where did I put it? There's a go. Yeah, it's all about, summertime, kids are grown. I've got to get some jeans and t-shirts for them tomorrow. Got to get some stuff. They keep growing out of everything. Oops, I came back for a moment. There we are. I might need to have a shave tomorrow. I don't know. We'll see. Okay, so where were we? Still, I don't know. I'm not a fan of the keys, but I can't make them any smaller. I suppose it doesn't matter. Yeah, cupboards are better. So we can do a few little tartings up by basically just, doing the insides of these and painting those up. Trying to just tidy a few bits and bobs. We've still got the hinges and whatnot. We could take the black of here and do all of these business. I don't quite know what's going on here. Some stuff is missing. What is going on there? Oh, that's because I'm sitting inside here. That's okay. So we could do this. Let's see what it looks like from this cupboard point of view. I can't do anything about that. So we could do that. So it gives it a bit of a black, and then we could use the taupe as the actual shelf part here. So it kind of looks a bit like that. We could do that here. We could turn this bit black here. I think we want to, turn that bit black. We can sort all that out. What do you think to that? I think that's probably the best combo we've got. I was thinking about the keys. The keys? And it would be hard to do without some kind of deco mod. Cobwebs in the corner. Does she have cobwebs? She does, doesn't she? We could have a cobweb. That might be a bit difficult to do. Although, what if we just use normal cobwebs and then just place loads of them? Cobwebs. What do they look like? It'd be nice if we had Minecraft cobwebs. Do you know what I mean? But like, if I was to go, let's just do a very basic job right now. Let's do a very basic job without ruining what we got. But if I... It's not going to work. That's not going to work. No, thank you. But we might live without those. We might live without those. But yes, this does look all right. This does look okay. This looks like a reasonable cupboard. That's a reasonable variant of this steel here. If we can do a little bit of modification. What do we got here? We've got this one on here. That's dark. That's dark. That's dark. We're going to take this to here, delete that, and turn that dark. We can deal with everything else later. We're going to take that one to this one, delete that, and then turn that dark. That's good. If we turn that dark, if we turn all these bits dark, now normally in the other one I had like broken wood, but if we make that dark, then what it does is it cuts the visual side of things, especially in here. Let's make that dark, make that dark, make that dark. It just makes it, you know, you don't see it as such. Let's make, can we make this single one dark? Yeah, and then it cuts down. It looks like an edge and you don't necessarily see where the player is. That might be nice. Just to kind of make it look a bit more tricksy. There we go. Like so. This could go dark as well. Then it just makes it a little bit more of a hidey hole. This whole side of the cabinet should be dark. Paint surface. Okay, that's good. Paint surface. Paint surface. Go back to single. There's always going to be lots of little bits to do in this, but that'll be in the snagging at the end. But from this point of view, you know, now you've got a reasonable deal. Do you know what I mean? A reasonable thing. It looks like the CPU in a Borg ship. Oh yeah, that thing up the top, it certainly did. Chain links maybe, yeah? We'll have to work on that. Let's make sure we've got the right colour. Oops. And we'll get rid of that one there. Right, let's paint this up. Okay, so the one over this side. There is. We will get rid of that. And we'll paint this up. And then I can see that little bit of light grey as well to do here. So we're going to do this. Let's fill everything. Right, underneath here as well. I think that did it all the way around. Nice, nice. So now, again, if we were to, we're going to have to mess with where things pop up. It might not pop up in the same place, but let's just at least do this for now. In fact, let's have a look. Yeah, there won't be anything here, will there? Because this cupboard had to be lower. This cupboard had to be lower. Cupboard had to be lower. So boom, boom, boom. Paint that up. Paint that up. Right, I think I'm liking this now. I like it when a plan comes together. That looks nice to me. I even like the light grey hinges. I think the handles have come out well. I think that deserves a save. Yeah, this is going to be a good one to play actually as well. Once we really kind of like make this whole interior bit, there can be battles in here. You're running out of different broken holes. There's going to be some fun places around here to go. We've got to organise how we're going to jump across things. I'm not quite sure. It's got nice visuals. I still think this zone needs something. I don't know what it's going to be. So if we just go to the top corner. I like the crown moulding. I think that's worked out well. I think it looks, with that cupboard in that grey, it looks good. Could we turn the bookcase grey? Or is that worth keeping brown? Ideas, please. I'm now less inclined to need something in that corner. But at the same time, maybe, is there another poster or something we could put up? A dial knob thing on the radiator. A radiator? We don't have a radiator in this room, do we? Or we do. Yeah, with this one. So this one's got the turny thing, and this one doesn't. But the reason for that is because we're being painfully, we're trying to do the same as the real deal. So that's why there's only one on one side. That's why it looks like this, basically. Yeah, I just feel like over here, it might be that if I move this over here, then nothing else is needed. Because I think this looks too busy. Let me just humour me, people. I'm just going to, I just feel that maybe if we were to take this, even though it's not going to be quite in the position that I want it to be, but from an aesthetics point of view, let's go and check we've got this in the right place. It is one out. Boom. We've also got to kind of center that. Have I got lucky? Or do I need that over a bit? Maybe that there. Let's just humour me for now. We've missed the back of it. Okay, that's fine. Let's just check. That is 5. And this is 5. So the back was painted white. Okay, that's fine. Remember, we can always roll back. All right, that didn't ruin the rest of the wall. Oops, let's not do that. Let's just do that to that. Bring this out. I haven't got any of this, have I? No. Let's delete that for now. Okay, I'm just humour me. I think that looks better. I think this might need to be, is that in that level there? It is. I think that looks better to me. Or do you know what we could do? It's that bit there. The only thing is having this door open gives you some kind of cover, but you'll still get cover if this, like, we could have one open and one closed. I'm kind of feeling that it'd be interesting to have let's copy that one.
Read the chat.
Read the chat. Das war da! Das war da! You're right, Daz. How's it going, mate? Long time no chat. You know what happens, Daz? On my journey to work, I spend a lot of time, you know, being nice to motorbikers. And every time a mature motorbiker comes past, I always think of you. How are you? A wall clock. Oh, okay. Okay. Let's copy, shape, and rotation. Let's bung that in there. Let's bung. We need that corner deal, don't we? Copy shape. But that one came up at the top. This one, no, this is. Yeah, this one's going to go along here, like so. And this one is going to go here. We could actually put some glass in here, couldn't we? That might be interesting. Let's just do this in the standard color to start with. Paint all sides, like so. But yeah, all good. It's good to see you, Daz. Hope you're well, mate. Hope you're well. I hope you are well. We need you to do more touring around the world so I can... Oh, is this the reason it wasn't done? Oh no, we can get it in there. Where's it going to be? I think that's the bottom part. How's that half go on there? It goes on the other side. That's the issue, isn't it? Because we can't place our knob. We can here because it's on that side. This would have to be on this side, would it? Yeah, we can't place on there. That's probably why all the doors are open. Because the knob, it's all about the knob. The knob. Oh my god, blimey, what the hell are you doing here, crazy? A very long time no see. Are you just stalking Daz? Is this what's happening? Daz, do you realise that she's just following you around the internet? What about the knob, crazy? Well, tell me how to solve it. You're the knob expert. There is no... The only other way of doing it is to find a... Is there a quarter block with some built-in knobbage? Do you know what I mean? Like, is there a quarter block like this, a quarter side centered with some extra knob built in? Like this T center. If they had an offset T center, I could double up with a square knob. My God, come on, guys. Tell me things. Tell me things. I want to know how you all are. Blooming hell, I can't believe you're here. It's been ages. It's been a million years. Definitely need some more knob action here. This is... No, use your brain. 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 Firstly, I've got to fit in this, haven't I? I haven't put in the barrier. But I could do something to knob this out. There's a possible knobbage. There is a possible knobbage. There is possible knobbage. Yeah, that's going to go against that. That doesn't feel right. Why does that not... Why is that floating? Because that needs fixing as well. That needs to be a lubrification. Okay, we're getting somewhere. We're getting somewhere. Boom, boom. Yeah, I was just not fiddling with my knobs correctly, I swear. then we need the angular one, don't we? The quarter 90 degrees. You just started playing 7 days again. Oh my god! I was thinking of ordering a server for the summer. If you fancy playing with us, I don't know if you fancy it. Anyone here is welcome to play with us. I think it's just like, yeah, rocking the server again. It's been off for a bit since April, but it'd be nice to kind of get it going again. We're looking for an L-shaped. Where was the one with the knobby bit coming out? I swear I saw it earlier. I've got to solve this problem. There's the corner. There's the corner. I'm thinking... that's going to go in there. That's going to go in there. But I know there's one with an extra knobation. Yeah, it does. But the one I'm looking for is that one there. I'm thinking this one. Excuse me. This one creates a knob. I know it's a square knob, but it creates some knob. And that might do for us. That might do for us. If, like, as in a stopgap in this position. Like so. So there's a knob there. And then if I turn this off from paint all sides, and stupidness and everything, I take the black here. Oh, it's just that stupid block, isn't it? That stupid block is gonna... the way they've done it. Can I multiple sides this? I don't think I can. Okay, we might have to compromise somewhat and fiddle with our knob here. What we might have to do is we might have to add some knobage to the knob. We're going to look for circles. We're going to look for a pillar plate, but we need an offset. I need something offset here. I don't know. Have you still got that weird knob that you bought? Remember you posted that time? You posted that weird knob. That weird blue one. You bought some special knobs, didn't you? I'm thinking something like this. So we've kind of got something akin to what we had. Something like that. Because I'm not going to be able to paint this one the same. But it kind of... and then I could just sort the same thing out here. How does that look from afar? Does it look like there's a knobby bit knobbing out? It could be all right. Maybe you just paint the end. Well, that was the problem, wasn't it? If I boom that and then I just want to paint the end, it does that. Because of the way they've done the faces on the deals. Is that going to rotate the other way around? Could I... maybe there's... if I copy shape and rotation like this... hang on a second. Is it going to rotate into the same deal again? I think there's multiple versions of it. Paint end, paint end. It's that one that I want. It's this one that I want. It's because you can rotate it in different ways. It's just the way they build the blocks. Copy shape and rotation. Boom. Paint knobby end. texture paint. Let's just get all of this done. How about that with some kind of end knobbage? Or is there one where I can paint the whole doobry but not anything else? Nope. 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 1, 2, 3. There's only 3 of them. That's the same as that one there. That one's the same as that one there. So there's only 3 versions of it. Yeah, so I can't actually paint. What do you reckon? With the bit on the end? You might be able to make it look like a sign hanging on the knob. Could do. Like a weird triangular bit. Yeah, this might be the best option. What I need is I need now to have this block, but I need this like so. Is it like that? Nope. It's at the bottom. It's like that. Like that. Or like that. And I've got to find out the one that end paint. None of them this time. I swear I had different rotations. I must have missed one. I must have missed one. I must have missed one. No, it's not letting me do them now. It's not giving me, it's doing the same thing. It's not giving me a rotation of paint so I can do this one. This side. Northwest is fine, but east-west they haven't put the right rotation on. That's very annoying. That's really annoying. So I can't copy this. I can't make the same thing here. What to be doing? There is a way of doing it. Instead of having that, I take a quarter plate of some description. There's got to be a quarter small plate. That one there. I'm going to place that on top of there. That's going to give it some depth. We're going to take some black. Can't do that without going over there. We're going to take some black. Boing, boing. And we're going to paint this all the way around. Like so. Which means that we can take this shape here. Let's do that now. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom. We're going to take this shape here. I did put that in the wrong place. I understand. Oh, hang on. This one... No. This one's in a totally different place anyway. Okay. So that's going to be like so. Ooh, this is going to be... It's not going to look perfect, but it's going to have to do. It's going to have to do. You won't see it much. I need the... Well, I don't think it's called an eighth, is it? It is called an eighth. Cube eighth offset. I'm going to place that there, and then I'm just going to paint the end of it. It's not going to have the cap on it, but it doesn't matter. What do you think? 24 rotations. Well, it doesn't make a difference now because now we've found out that it's not sticking out the right place. So that one, I still think that looks better with a bit of depth to it. So we could have it identical. Well, if we really want to be pedantic, it's easy. I just go, okay, now they're the same. Do you know what I mean? That, you're not biased. You're obviously a clever person. And what do you think? Do they have glass? They must have glass in this. Some glass. I need some glass. What if we were to get some kind of bulletproof glass in here? Boom, boom. Let's get some bulletproof glass in here. Which one is it? Centered. I think it's normal we need. Maybe it is centered we need. Advanced rotation. Yeah, we might need it centered. Where's it going to go? Oh, that's why I didn't put glass in there, because it's never going to fit. Okay. What if we put... And that's going to look crap. Okay, no glass. It's just not going to fit, I don't think, on the side, unless I go this side and I decide to not centered. I do this, but then I can't fit it into this section here either. It's just gonna, because it would look good, but then people can't shoot out of it. The only way to do that would be to get rid of this, to make the shelf smaller. So now we've got to decide what we want. Oh my God, I've got lost. I'm lost. I'm lost. Okay, so from here all the way to here. And then, of course, it produces that issue with the... And that's why we don't use glass. That's why we don't use glass. Because glass sucks hard on this game. Yeah, we need to have it like this. Plus, it probably gives people a little bit more to kind of jump, you know, to kind of hide, jump out, shoot, something to jump on. If I could learn how to jump, that kind of thing. Okay, let's fix what I broke. Let's fix what I broke. And then, do I need to have one more here? Boom, boom. Right, let's go and have a look. Yeah, I like that. I think that looks better over there. And with that here, it just felt too much sticking out in that position. Could cover what? With sheets. Problem is just having to mess with the shelves and stuff. I think it's better that we can see it and it doesn't blank out like the window, like this stupid glass deal. I'm going to save that. I like that a lot. I like that a lot. Look, we've got like a proper kind of bit. Now, what do we do with this one? Do we keep this brown as a bookshelf? I suppose they are in game, aren't they? Do we just keep this brown, or do we decide to make this grey to kind of match this? An X-ray thing. I think we talked about this before. Like if we were to put an X-ray thing up here, You got no chance at. I could do the one without anything in it and have it lit up. So we could get the X-ray one that's empty. Then do people ever see that and know what it is? We just don't have an X-ray machine here to then show X-rays. It just seems silly. It might be too much. It might be too much. I don't know. You've got to remember, like, in the end, is it playable? I just think like this, once we've delved into all this area here, I think it's going to look good. I'm tempted to find out just what this is going to look like if I was to make this these grey colours. So if I make this all of this grey colour, you know, like so, and then get the taupe colour, and then put that in here. Just to break up the colours, I think that does look better. I think that looks, it fits in with the room better. We could even have two of these and a water cooler. Or a water cooler and two of these. Because you would in a shop put something there. And it gives us the opportunity to have more things to run around. Like if we were to take this down to here, and it would also block, in a real shop, you would do it to block the till maybe. That would be enough room to have the thing. We could take this back one so there's a bit more room. Do, 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 do. Boom. You know, something like that. Measure it, he says. Measure it. How wide is your thing? You want to see what it is? How big is it, your one? The one you're making? It is 13 across, which less than a block. What do you mean less than a block? Like if it's 13, it means it can be centered. Have you got an odds number of blocks for the size of it? Are you doing yours 9? It would fit in perfectly. I think the grey looks better. I think it all looks more clinical now. I think the room's coming together. I think it's coming together. I don't like this top. I reckon this here could be... I reckon that might look better. This is the bottom part. Not the top. Still use the stupid marble for that. Oh, these stupid blocks. Who invented these blocks? The only other thing is to make these wood. Although I'd still make cracks in them. It's just painted wood, isn't it? Do that. We'll have to make those halves again. But that kind of finishes it off. So we'll need to take that there. Copy, shape, and rotation. Yeah, we need that. That would need to be one with full edging. Why is that? Oh, I'm in the wrong block. That would need to go here. Shift 2. Boom, boom. I could do it all the way on the inside as well. That might work. What do we think? Less than 20. Is that 8 to 10 across? I can always shift one of them if it needs to be shifted. And then we just need to find one. There must be this one here. Surely this is correct. Yep. That needs to go there. That needs to go there. That needs to go there. This needs to go to annoying mode. Like so. Yeah, well, we can always change its color, but let's have a look at it from over here. Maybe, maybe not. Don't know. Might be too dark. Still feel like it needs to be different. But anyway, I think it's coming together. I think it certainly is looking a little bit better. It looks, let's try it from over here. Let's pretend you managed to get on top of here. Yeah, then somebody can come out of the other side of that. They've got a bit of cover. You're trying to shoot and find out where they are. You're up here. People are coming in through that little hole. Some people are up here. Some people are up here. Somebody hits you from behind here. Could be somebody on the bed shooting up at you. Yeah. Needs stains on it. Yeah, unfortunately, that's a bit more difficult. Is that a... Well, we could have a terrain surface and put some terrain muck on it. Blood. Decoration. You know, just leave just a little bit of blood there. You know what I mean? Just a teensy bit of like, you know, just a couple of stains here and there. Something gross. Blood decor. Blood decor. Blood decor. You know, just the odd stain here or there. Just to kind of like, I don't know, let's... I wish that would stay there. That would look cool. Maybe something a bit more brown. Maybe where someone's butt was. Do you know what I mean? Oh dear. Yeah. Definitely required. There we go. Just a little splattering just to show that something's happened. You know what I mean? I don't like the red blood. I want the dark brown blood. But just something like that just offers a storyline of, like, you know, there was a little bit of something. That's more like a claw line. I don't know, maybe that's enough. Maybe that's enough. Just like a little, oh look, there's been an issue here. You know, maybe the claw line could go. Maybe the claw line could go like on top of here, or something. Maybe. Is there a way of getting a bit on the actual? You can't get it on the dial. Is that all half blocks? Oh, I'd have to put all advanced rotations on, but oh, we could put that. Oh, I can't put it on there either, can I? I don't think. No. Maybe somebody was clawing whilst they were trying to find some. Nope, you can't do it. How did I put an object down if it's not flat? Oh, because I raised it up from the base bed. On the lappy. Half a block as well, mate. Half a block as well. Half a block as well. It could be just a little, you know, just a little bit of blood that Jen's just smeared on there as she's been putting her dukes, sorting out her dukes, you know. You know, yeah, just a little bit of, you know, you just find a little bit of blood, something a bit gross. I like it. I like it. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, getting on with it. Look at that. So I think we're at the point where, with a bit of water cooler in there, let's have a look at the list. So we've got stuff to put on the shelves. Okay. I decided, I think we need to do something here, because if this tabletop lifts up at this point here, there needs to be something with a trim on here. Let's try and find that. What I mean is one with a thin trim, kind of down the center. So I need a full block with a trim down the middle, like this one here. Thinner would be nicer, but let's just try that. So I want to go from here to here and stick that in there. Take a color like that. We could, I suppose, take the darker, and then we could do that, and then we can go back to this mode. Texture picker. In fact, let's see if it will do it. Yes, yes. And then I think this needs to be on single mode, or does that whole end want to change? So that means I need to get rid of that, and I need to rotate this block to that position there. I kind of need one with a trim down the side, don't I? Do we have a block like that? You know what I mean? So it goes down and down the side. That I don't know if that is. There should be. Some funky trim business. Lay down some poles for a hinge. The line should be down the side. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to sort out. Two-sided trim. Two-sided. Sided. Two-sided trim. But it's centered as well, which is... I picked the centered. I suppose I don't have to. In fact, what's it looking like? That is the right place, though. Does this block exist? That is the question. Can't even find this block anymore. Surely it's highlighted somewhere. We put trim back on. So it's this one here. But I'm looking for this. It's two. What's that? Floor transition. See, this looks the same. What's this got on it? No, it doesn't have it on it. I think we've got it in this side. You know, it's like I might have to do it two-sided. I just don't see why they don't have this block, but with the trim going right around the middle. That would be logical, would it not? Well, it's going to have the word trim in it for sure. It's not the floor transition. It's not the cube center. So the only other way of doing it would be to use these ones here and to do it like in this position. This said it was two-sided. That's not the two sides that I want. I definitely said two-sided. Okay, where's the one with the trim? This one here. No, it's not going to be that there. I want line. I thought they did as well, but can't find it easy, so. Two-sided. There's the standard trim edge. That definitely says two-sided, but one of it is blocked out. I swear they had it where the whole end was done. The whole end was a trim. They do have that block somewhere. I don't want corner. I want the verticals. Where's the block that just has a full-on trim around the edge? The whole end of it. That block exists, I swear. What about the quad? Yes, the quad. But that is not going to work because the quad is going to do the other side as well. So we're looking for this one, the double. Come on, rotate for me, you beauty. No, it's the double. It's not the double. It's the double on one end. It's got to be that there. Do I have it on that side or do I have it on the other side? I think I'm going to have it on the other side. That there. I think I'm going to have that. And then we're going to do one here. And then on this side, we're going to do that. And then we're going to, it doesn't even matter if we use this block. Don't do that. Don't do that. Although, what's it look like underneath? We are covering that up. That's fine. So I'm going to go from there and I'm going to go to there. And I'm going to go L. We're going to fill that in there. We're going to go to the ends, fill that in. We're going to go to the end, fill that in. We're going to get marble. We're going to put marble all the way down here. Like so. That's good. That's good. That's the right place. We'd have to do the same over here. Or actually what we would do is... What is this one? I want to keep that block. I want to keep that block. I need to have this block. I'm going to try and make something funky. I think this needs to be like a 3/4. But then this needs to have a lip underneath to hold the actual bench part, if you know what I mean. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to write 3/4. We're going to take the 3/4 cube. We're going to take that along here, fill it up. But then here, you see, on this one, where we've put... What the hell is this block here? Is that a full block? Yes. So we're going to put that back. But then on this block, what we're going to do is we're going to put like a... I don't know. We need to put something like some kind of half plate, something or other, like a cube. I don't know. I'm going to just try something. I want to go from here to here. Fill that in. So there's some kind of like, it lies on top of there. See what I mean? And then it looks like it's something you can also, well, it gives depth and texture and something to shoot down. That's 2 of them. I need 1 more in there. Well, that could go there. And that's okay not to have one there because you would have that on the edge, I think. Or would we just have one like that? And then that could be a different colour. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking anyway. I think that's what you're thinking as well. Just to give it a little bit more. And then this part here, we could almost take like some taupe or something. Oh, undo that bad boy. Why does that face want to paint all of that face? Oh, because it's attached. Just so it's kind of, I don't know. We'll see how it looks. So it's look like they've added something. Somebody's added something just to kind of do the job. You know what I mean? Let's do. Like so. Just so it looks like there's something. We could, I suppose we could, somebody could have used a piece of wood there or something. But it feels like it's the right thing. I don't know. What do you think? That's the only issue, is that bit is not going to paint up correctly. Because I don't think that's the end of the world, having that as full black there. That's a compromise I think I'm prepared to do. So you can get really over the top it. I think I'm prepared to do that. The other way of doing it is to not have this block here on this side of the deal. like so. So we've got it here. We've got this trim part all the way along here. And I think that trim looks all right. I don't know why there's a gap there, because we have been messing with stuff in here. All of this needs to be sorted. Oh, that's like a, oh, is it, how big is this? It's kind of not needed. There's a whole area that's not needed. Whoa! Object reference kind of crap. Don't know why. Is it going to... I don't know, but from here all the way to... Is this needed? No. Is that needed? No. Right, J, let's risk it. Cleared that out. Yeah, there's a whole internal structure we don't need. Trim's a nice touch, but I don't think we've got the trim there. I just don't think we need the trim. It is possible what we might do, I might lose the trim on this cabinet. That's the main cabinet. This one doesn't need it. I don't think that needs the trim. It makes this the special one. The special one. All right. I need that to go here. I need that to go here. Is there any other breakages in the trim? No. File, save. Oh, the structural integrity will not work. I have to put my mod on. It will completely collapse unless I put columns in. But I put the invisible columns in there. But I have my server-side mod that does that. So that's the one I was talking about over in your chat earlier. Yeah, so I put all these invisible blocks in here. You can't see them invisible blocks. So I have to like make them visible, place them all, then make them invisible. So I've got like two versions of the mod. So one's for building and one's for playing with. Okay. Again, we've got dukes, we've got cupboards. I think this probably doesn't need any of this, because what this probably needs something. I think this might need this. No, that can go straight to the floor. That's fine. Yeah, I think it's looking good. So going down the list again, stuff on shelves still to do. Hinge on tabletop. That's what we're trying to do. Can we take a hinge like this? Can we make a hinge that's going to just complete this tabletop? What are these blocks? I'm going to point here, copy, shape, and rotation. We're going to try and make this on the table. Like so. Not quite sure where the hinge is going to be. Or how it's going to look. Because the hinge here almost needs a line on here, because I've made this all grey. But it is simply, let's just quickly do that. Let's take a copy of that one. Are they the same? It's all made out of this. So really, to make a hinge here, I need to like either put a block, I need a block that's wider than this. I can make a very simple hinge. In fact, it could be flatter than that, couldn't it? I could get something like not an offset plate. I could just get like a half plate and put that here. 1, 2, 1, 2, like so. Nice simple hinge. Something nice and silvery like that. Let's paint all sides like so. And then it's just got some kind of hinge on there. Some kind of flat hinge. A rusted metal pole on side center. Yeah, I'm just trying to make it, I don't know, it's one on a table surface, so, excuse me, so it's going to be a bit more like that, isn't it? Just going to be nice and flat and fairly straightforward. I think that'll do the job. I did paint it. So that's like that. We've got an actual real gap on here. We could almost, I tend to paint that black to make it more obvious, but no, it's more realistic. Okay, so that's that one. That looks good. Still don't know about the black down the bottom here. The baseboards down here might need to be different. I don't think you'd paint it black with that, but we definitely need a different color there. Hinge on tabletop can now be gone. Jen's wine stash / cleaning kits or whatever. There needs to be some bottles here. Fix cabinet. I've kind of done that cabinet, but I'm talking about the internals of here. Water dispenser 50s on and books on shelves. Yeah, we'll need some books on the shelves. So that's what we're going to be doing next time. We're going to, well, tomorrow, I'm going to be doing this every night now, because I might as well just stream when I'm messing, even if no one's here. I'm just going to be messing. So we're almost there with this one, and then we'll have 3 different things that we can connect together. That looks a bit wrong at the back. That looks like it's missing something. Boom, and a boom. Oh no, I'd already made those holes, didn't I? Because they are the holes that we're going to be climbing up. You know what? You could do the old, a shelf. That might even be better. That looks more like a shelf now, rather than there's holes in the shelf. That's good. Look at that random bit of light coming through there. Anyway, save. I think it's looking pretty good, don't you? A mug on a counter. Yeah, we can get the mug. We can easily do that. We just simply go over to the kitchen. We don't type it in there, though. We type in the kitchen. We go over here, kitchen or the lounge. We just go and grab a mug. Don't tell me we didn't put a mug in here. We did put a mug in here. We've got the house mugs here. We're going to place that. We're going to yep. Come on, give me the right one. We'll grab a mug. We'll head over to Jen's again. We're going to stick this here, press V, press Control V. We're going to move this across. We'll just stick this somewhere like that. Maybe rotate it a bit. Put it about there. Job done. Suddenly there's a mug here. You mug. What if we could jump from here? We've got to... You could get in there, and you could never get out again. We've got to sort out the jumping. We need to increase the jump height for all players. But I think that's where I'm gonna try and modify the boots, the dev boots. I think I want to make my own pair of boots, rather than bothering with like... We've got the full height thing, but I reckon we could make a pair of boots that does everything. And you just whip on the boots, and then bada boom, you got it. You know what I mean? Something like that. Yeah, so we've got a little mug on the counter. We got that here. We don't need... We could just have a bottle on here, or a book lying down again, different Wasteland Treasures or something like that. There's stuff we can nick from elsewhere. But basically, I think tonight, for just a quick like mess around stream, I've made an entire poster. I'm now looking at it and feeling like I want to drop my entire heart down by one blob. I should stop looking at things, shouldn't I? But I think it looks all right. The crazy writing looks okay. I think the room is better. So stuff on shelves, bottles, bits and bobs, whatever's going to go on here. The whole internal cabinet thing, that'll take a whole evening, I'm sure. Books on shelves we can copy and paste elsewhere. And then, of course, once it's done, it's all about the ropes and the kind of deals and where we're going. Yeah, that looks all right. And just basically the whole kind of walking around business. But yeah, and then once we've done that, my golly gosh, then we've got the bathroom. What do we say? We've got the bathroom, we've got the office, we've got the bedroom, and then out here, boom, there's going to be, outside of Jen's, there's going to be like a little foyer area looking out to the world and that kind of thing. I've done that with a ring in Morrowind. I don't know what that means. That would be better spacing for it. Yeah, still not sure about the keyboard. Don't think I can do much about that. Keyboard's just going to look like that. I don't know. Sorry. I'm going to end the stream. I just like to get a bit of a vibe. You just look and see what annoys you. So, potential position of this guy, maybe down one and across one. That might look better. Could we do something with the till, like make the inside of the till? You see the till here? Because that's, I'm thinking with the till, could we get the torp? We've saved this, haven't we? Get the till. Don't do all sides. I'm thinking with the till, would it be worth like painting these drawers like that? I think that gives us a bit of I think that gives us some depth into there. Okay, I think that gives us some depth into the till drawers. And then potentially, do we want to, I'm just going to try it out. Do we want to make this darker as well? Just so it stands out upon the main frame here. Like we could even leave that top bit, light. Even these side bits around the corners. Maybe not that. Just so it has some shadowing. Like so. Is this worth? I don't know. Sorry, I might get notes or book and paste. Yeah, I've got a book. Yeah, we miss you, 50. Crazy. We need to see you more often. I don't know. We could. It might be worth. Sorry, just got to mess with this and have a look. I'm just thinking, just to give it a bit of like that bit's lighter than this bit. I don't know. Maybe not lightness around there. Just to give it a bit of contrast, I think that might look a little bit better. 50 crazy. I know, sorry. No, I'm always thinking about you, 50. That's what it is. Oh, yeah, it's the same thing. Yeah, I just think that might give us a bit of contrast on there. Might look a bit better. You could even do the sides of the tilt. I think that might be better. The sides of the tilt. Yes, yes. Yes, I think that might be better. Maybe, maybe not. Just because of the lighting, I think it might just look better. I'm going to save that. I like that. I've not seen you or you mine. Okay. Books on shelves. There is like, I haven't quite got it in all of the things, but if I go to the kitchen again, no, if I go to the lounge, why do I keep typing in there tonight? If I go to the lounge, we can take, we do have Wasteland. This could be like our little deal. Basically, if we take Wasteland Treasures Volume 4, put it into the kit, into Jen's, let's say, we could have a different Wasteland Treasures lying about here. Like we could have, like here, like boom, boom, boom. We could get this bad boy and put it here. It's got an edge around it. Yes, it does. But we could make this Wasteland Treasures whatever. I believe that was cloth variant. Could the white panel be done with trim? And you can get some definition. The white panel, are you back onto this? The white panel. Oh, could this be done with a trim? No, because of the types of blocks that it is. It's at an angle. That can't be trimmed. Unfortunately. Let's just get that variant. Let's get some cloth. Concrete cloth cube. Let's go over to this. I don't know what is Wasteland Treasures Volume 4. Why did I pick that one? Must be one I liked. Let's get the number. Which one should we pick? We'll pick one for now. Advanced rotations. Copy rotation. There we go. So now we've got Wasteland's Treasures on there. Save. Reload gens. So we get better lighting on there. There we go. So now there's a Wasteland Treasure in here. We could have a Wasteland Treasure in each room. Do you know what I mean? That might look good. Look at that. Butt blood. Lovely. So she's reading this one whilst on only gens, which is all good. Shall I? No, I won't. Got the one last funky bit that goes in here as well. Okay. I like it. Oh, excuse me. But yeah, we're going to have to work out ways of, like, you know, allowing people to kind of climb up here and stuff like that. All those kind of things. It's going to be awesome. This is a great room, actually. I think this is a great room because there's going to be a lot more little cubby holes. Oops, what's the randos happening over here? Oh, these are just more of these side holes, which we will be endeavouring to mess around with. Is this really too deep? It is too deep, isn't it? Yeah, we'll have to work out the kind of like running around bit. But also, I love the idea. If I can mod some boots, and you could jump up like 2 or 3 high, then it gives you the opportunity to kind of like, you know, jump up onto things, hide in some really cool places. It's going to be cool. It's going to be really cool. But at the same time, we want people to kind of be able to climb all the way over this. So we're going to have to like put some extra, you know, I suppose once people work it out, if they've got a little bit of extra jump, all you got to do is come up this wheel, do your extra jump, come onto this part here, and then you could jump over onto this, jump over onto that, do your extra jump. You could get into some right crazy places. So anyway, it's good. Maybe a draft excluder. No, there's not one in the game. I'm trying to do things that are roughly the same as in the game with only a few additions. Do you know what I mean? It's got the whole point is it's got to look like we're a mouse intimidator style. There's the proper book. We've got the laptops. We've got these. Doesn't matter if the colours are slightly different to make them better. You know what I mean? The wheelchair, well, what an impossibility. This is Jim's Circles that I named his book after. But like, yeah, it's like we're trying our best. We're trying our best. I wonder if we could get a logo on there. Nope, we could not. But yeah, I think it's looking good. We can even put some stuff on top of here. These people would want to get up this high, wouldn't they? And then they'd be hiding behind something. They might even see what there'll be is there'd be like a crack in the wall here. And then you'll be able to get into this section here and run round. So it gives you opportunity to like run away if somebody's coming up here. You could do some funky jumping down here. Whoop, whoop. Probably not break your legs doing that. And then you could get down to here. So there's going to be lots of fun on this map. This one I think is going to be well, I know that this one's going to be the most favourite level. But just what we're going to do in this section here. I think we've got more opportunity for space here. Boom. Come on. From down here to all the way down here. What about this bit here? Holy moly. Come on, give me that bit, all the way to that bit here. We can expand this out. All right, J. Kill it. Oh yeah, it's getting bigger. How big is this now? Now that's 1, and that's 1. Excellent. So we've got a vast amount of space here. The question is how do we make this interesting? You're going to come in a little cubby hole here. It's broken here. You're into this area. I suppose if it's just left big, you'd be able to see people running around. But like, there could be like maybe some internal pipes here or something. There could be like some services or something. Oh, you're going to love playing this, seriously. It is really good fun. What's really weird, especially when you're building it, but like when you play it as well, you play it for a couple of hours and you're playing around and you're doing this all and you're looking for people and you're like, you know, sniping them across the room. It's wonderful fun. But then what happens is you suddenly go back to the normal game and you're like, why is everything so big? It really does. It messes with your head. You know what I mean? Especially when you start placing these things down and you start going, and you're like, why is that so damn small? You know, it's the smallest poster you'll ever see in your life. But yeah, it kind of messes with your head. And then this, oof, I love this. I love this. We've got to work out ways of getting people to go down inside here. I suppose you don't have anything on top of here, so you could like possibly, whoa, you could jump into here. Yeah, we're going to have to mess with the mod. I don't want people breaking legs. Last time, yeah, we gave everyone the book and 5,000 dukes or whatever, so they didn't break their legs. But I wanna make it even better than that. I want to just like put this piece of armor on, and you're done. I think we can definitely paint this now. I like this color. I definitely like this. So a little bit of tidying will help. Just on this bit, that's good. Yeah, I think we've done really well tonight. Saving it. I'm saving it. And once you've got the water cooler, you could have it, couldn't you, 50s, that there's like a spiral staircase inside the water cooler or something and actually go in there. Yeah, like stuff like that. Exactly. I could just like, I just like the idea of giving people a pair of boots, and then they put a pair of boots on and they're like, I'm wearing the boots to play the game with. You know what I mean? Yeah, something, I don't know, something so when you go in, there's something going on inside. It sounds silly, doesn't it? But like, you could have like a spiral staircase with pipes going around it, so it's like looks like it's something that's going on inside here, and then people can kind of go up inside it, but make them metal so they can hear those little feet go dunk 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 dunk. Something like that. But yeah, I'm liking it. I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. We're gonna have to really think about. Yeah. I don't know. Sometimes you just need to catch a vibe. You just need to look at it. That's why I keep looking at it. I like just looking at it sometimes and just going, I don't know, like compared to when that box was over here, this has now got a vibe of completion. Because you got to think where the person looks. You're looking for people. You know what I mean? It doesn't matter that there's an empty space up here because you're looking for people. You're looking around. You're like, oh, is someone behind me? Is someone down here? Where are they? And it's like, this is what you're trying to do. You're trying to constantly, get visuals. And like there's enough everywhere we go. There's enough kind of visuals to kind of keep you entertained and thinking. There'll be plenty of visuals once I finish with this map. Trust me. That is actually gross. There could be another poster stuck on here. I just feel like that's a large area of nothingness. What does Trader Jen have, like, actually? Because it's modelled on this. This is why it was thinner. Because it was this, you see. Boom. Activate switch. Do you think we need a switch behind there? And then notice what she's got. She's got the bottom. She has got the same. That's why I put the same. But I don't think it looks good when it becomes big. The same, because I don't have the lines. But then that is plain. That's fine. We could go for, I don't know if the candlestick's possible. But she always has the wine bottles, doesn't she? The communion wine. We've got to get some wine bottles in there. She's a drunkard. Look at this. I can't believe you look at this. You've done that cash register so well. I mean, you've got that at an angle and this. You've even got that little round bit and everything. That's bloody amazing. 50. That's some serious cash register work. I'm telling you. There's the shelves that were made. We're not going to be able to make a bag like this. We're not even going to be able to make a shopping crate. But we've got to get some bits and bobs like that. We need some stuff like these. Oh, I didn't realise they had those in there. They're going to be possible, but it'd be interesting if we could make that kind of thing. We're not going to be able to make the pencils, we decided. Yeah, look, this doesn't even have glass in it. It's broken glass. So that's fine. There is... We could try and replicate the thing. Sorry. Okay. It's just a nasty idea. Okay. That would work, I reckon. I still can't think of how to do the bottle shape. I think bottle shape might be too bad. I think that's possible. Well, not to get the actual top part of the neck would be impossible. You'll have to send me those ideas, mate. Send me your ideas. It's a good idea. Good ideas are ones like that. Small parts in your Sigma Prime. Awkward but possible. Okay. Have a think about it. These have got black keys. Maybe we need to turn them into a darker grey. Maybe that's why I don't like the white. What if we got the teal? See, embedded one there. Oh, you're a pain, aren't you? That might look better. I think that looks a little bit better. So yeah, I want to go to bed, but I also want to make a... I also want to try and make one of those button things, the on-offs. What's that called? Switch. A switch? No. What's it called? Oh, it is a switch, but it was this one here. Power switch. Oh. Pixid power switch. Or was it this one from the bottom? I could do, but like, if there was some other greys, do you know what I mean? Like, I really want, like, if we did black granite, let's do spacebar and black granite. You know, it could be. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Concrete. Drop ceiling. Drop ceiling! Drop ceiling gives you that kind of indented key button thing. But not every point. You know what I mean? Ooh. Does it look better than it would if we didn't have it? I know that's not perfect in any way whatsoever, but at least it gives it some kind of deal. I don't know. Drop ceiling. Yes. Like so. Escape button. That could do. I don't know, that looks too silly like that. But just simply that. There is a pedantic way to do it if I really wanted to. No, it's not going to work because it's not offset. I just thought I could rotate blocks and this with it, but it's not going to happen. No, I think no. Out of all of it, look. If you're trying to model, that looks like some kind of keys. Do you know what I mean? It's a good idea with the light. At least we've got spacebar and escape and some weird ones. You know what I mean? I just think that really helps. I think that looks a lot better than it did. And I think from what we've got, that is absolutely the best option. That is a good find. That is a good find. We're saving that. Going back to Jen very quickly. What was it she had? It was one coming up to just over halfway. Okay. I just think it would look cool in Jen's if there was, like, I don't know, like somewhere 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Like at this point here, at that point there, like there being basically this. Do you know what I mean? Some kind of pipe and some kind of switch. So let's get some metal. Let's see if there is a big ass pillar, which there is. Let's quickly get rid of that again. Like so. And then there should be a pillar with the ends, should there not? That just says pillar. So if I put pillar, I thought there's a pillar with a noduly bit on it. Not of that size. Okay, I'm not too fussed. Yeah, we can easily knot this together. And then all we're trying to do here is we're just trying to make a box with a couple of squares on it, and we just make it a single block, which means that these are just something shoved on top. So in essence, we're just looking for 3x2. No, just a 2x2. It could be as, we need to offset there, 3 by, we'll do a 3 by Dubris, okay. Let's just get a standard, let's just do basics. I just wondered if there was something with like a paintable screw hole on the edge. I don't know. But to start with, we're just going to do that. Because then here and here, we're going to have 2 buttons. And if we're going to have 2 buttons, we're going to make that out of whatever. It doesn't matter. But we could help ourselves by putting a trim hole cube in there. No, I don't mean that. I mean the one that's painted. I thought that was the one that was painted. Look at that picture they've got. I don't want that one. I don't want that one. I don't want a hole. I want filled. Where's the... Oh, there it is. Right, just in case we need to paint it weird, because that allows us to paint oddities like that, you see. So, like, we're almost done straight away. But we just need a dome. A round plate, dome, round. But I'm trying to find, there is that one that looks like the end of a Dubry, doesn't there? You know what I mean. There is the big, there's this pipe cap. But isn't there a bigger one? I thought there's this one, pillar cap. Boom, boom. Ta-da! What was at the top and what was at the bottom? Green at the top and red at the bottom. So there's, we can't do that. Okay. So green whatever, I don't know. I didn't even hear myself. Right. So we got red down there. We're going to get green up here. That's our brightest green. chalkboard. Can't believe this. I want a lighter green. Yeah. And then we could smooth the sides here. We could smooth the sides instead of having a screw hole. Round plates, little corner jobs. Yeah, why not? Is there a little round, mini round, cornered piece? A little circle. Let's have a look. Like one of these, like a pillar plate. Something small, round, but in the corner. Something small, round, and in the corner. I don't think there is. We could put like a round corner in there and have some kind of deal on there. I don't know. Something just to signify it, like this. So you could like do something like that. I think that could. That could be a fair thing. We just make those a little bit darker. We just take some. Well, let's just take something really dark to start with. And then we're going to paint all sides on this one. Yeah. And then we're going to take some talk and some kind of metal stuff. Or maybe we're going to take this metal here. And we're going to. I think it will look better in talk. Or we can have a mess. But something like that. Doesn't say on or off or anything, does it? No, it does say on and off. A little red kind of bit around it. Bam. Excusez-moi. What I'm looking for is I'm looking for this thing, and I'm looking for half, but I'm looking for trim. Oh yeah, I should really put the right thing on. This one here. Boom. Boom. So what I'm thinking is you could then take your paint, find something less offensive in the red world. No. I want to paint just that bit and that bit. Just so it kind of models a little bit like this. And then like you could expand it slightly. It's possible to kind of like add some trim around here just to kind of make that red bit. What do you think? I think I could still make it better. Sod it, let's make it better. This is what we do. This is what we do. I want a trim thinner, full block trim, jobby what's it. But we're never going to get a thinner one without doing that. So we're going to do this one again. Okay. And I'm going to like paint that, and I'm going to paint that, right? And then I'm actually going to get rid of those. And I'm going to get some quarters. Right, so I'm going to like, for example, put that there, put that there, put that there, put that there. I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to put that in there. Put that in there, and that in there. And then going to paint this up, that up, this up, that up. this. Take some torque. Point that all the way around here. Oopsie daisy. Right. Make sure we're not missing any bits and bobs from all the stupidity. And that painting these little side bits doesn't mess up everything else here. I'll fix that in a moment. Right, let's do that. Right. So that's kind of like the vibe of what we had. I would like to have that thinner, but I wouldn't then have the corner pieces, so that's fine. Or I don't think there's any smaller. There is. I think. They've got 4 corners. Trim cross. Are they separate? They're not separate. Is there anything on the side there at the bottom? No. See, that's annoying because that won't paint properly. But then there is not that one. See, this is where you just go, why don't you produce it? See, that one there, again, it won't make it, it won't print it off properly. Well, it doesn't matter. It looks good enough. The only other way of doing it is to put something that's like a small triangle in there, but then that won't work. Okay. We'll stick, you know, I won't be over the top about this. It's good enough. It's good enough. It is absolutely good enough. Right, and there we have it. You come in here, definitely looks like it. I would like to have that smaller. I don't think it's possible. Or even, I don't know, what's the original one look like? Where's it gone? God, it's so small I can't see it. There it is. I suppose it is that tall. What would have just been lovely is if we could have had like just a black rim around that. Do you know what I mean? A black rim would have been mwah. But there isn't a pillar cap with a paintable black rim. I can't add a pillar plate and then put a pillar cap on top because it would be offset. It's a bit of a shame. And I don't think there's not any way around that. Because you want to have those big bulgy things, don't you? You want to have that. I think that's the best we're going to get. Look at that then. Look at that. There's a little button. What colour are we going to paint that shafty bit? The main shaft, ladies and gentlemen, a dark metallic lubrification. What do you think? If you use a smaller one and paint behind it. Oh, a smaller one. A smaller one of these. Yeah, but I think they need to be that size to justify this switch. It's got to look like it is. I think it would look worse if we managed to get the black line with a smaller button than if we have it like this. I think that's the way to do it. You know, that's where the compromise comes in. We need some kind of black metal-y deal. I don't want to use grey marble. That looks like crap. Black granite. We could just use black. I could use concrete on here. I think concrete might do the best out of all of them. Concrete broken. Gives it a bit of texture, but it's too light. And if I did black granite, or a round plate and then in front of it, yeah, but that's the problem, isn't it? It's if you put the plate on, the plate's only going to be that thick, and then the bulb would have to be loads of a block away. Let's have a look then. Metal rust. Yes. Bam, I'm not going to think about it anymore. That's fine. That's fine. You're up here trying to... Oh no, there's someone over there. Quick, run. Jump, jump. Ah, quick. Can we somehow get into the till? Yes, we will be able to, because there'll be some kind of door here. Do you know what I mean? Oops. Ah, or do we run around here and then try and snipe them? Oh God, there's someone over there. Quick, run, run, run. Quick, hide behind the mug. Ah! We get a little plant. We've got to get the plants in here. We've got to get all that business. Maybe you're inside the old till and then you're like, quick, jump up in here. Get in here and there's some kind of, I don't know, viewing pool or something where you can kind of like, you can put some kind of grill in here or something. Do you know what I mean? Is there a way of filling that up, making it look like, you know, and shooting through it? You know, like a security grate on here. That looks like some kind of vent at the side of here. You know? That's what we do. We start messing with that, and then all of a sudden you're like, aha! You got something to kind of look out of and do some cool things with. And then we take this, and we take this paint color, and we paint the inside. Oh, that is that paint color. Oh, that's crazy, isn't it? The way that's the same color as that. Okay, we trick the eye. We take that. We paint the inside of this darker. And all of a sudden that looks less offensive from this distance. You know, are you going to see any little sneaky, cheeky little eyes sticking out there? You can get in via the path. Yeah, we've done stuff like that before, but like, yeah, but you could just have little vents here. This could be like, as you say, there could be a little power port. What we do is we just, a power port's actually going to be like a door or two, whatchamacallits, hatches. You get two hatches and you go like, I don't know, like, I suppose you can't do it with two hatches, can you? Let's get a door here. What doors will we use? No, we can use two hatches, can't we? Yeah, exactly. The red dot gets you. You know, there has to be the compromise to make it playable. But like, oops-a-daisy. When it comes to a door, oh yeah, what's waste and treasure? Get stuff from brass. I'm going to have to look at the waste and treasures. Where's that like really boring grey door we used to use? Oh, it wasn't. It was the Was it stool? Bathroom stall door. You know, something like that. I'm sure there's a grey one we could use. But like that's like basically fine. That looks like it's hardly got a handle on it. You know, you get into there and then all of a sudden, woohoo! I'm loving this. I'm loving this. I can't wait to play this. I think this is going to be particularly awesome. Can't we actually also take this colour here and then actually paint these? Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. That's going to be such a good level. But you need to have a, oh no, a power port. If I just save that and then I go to kitchen. Kitchen. Oh my golly gosh. Yeah, one of those American two-prong jobs. Ta-da! There's your two-prongers. We put those in the back of everything. But then we put these doors here. And then, how did I do this? Oh, I see. Yeah, we put like a... Because you had to learn to jump this bit correctly in order to get in, because we put a plate there. Just to make it fill it up. But yeah, we've got the two-prong port. Not with zombies, no. No, this is pure PvP. It's been so far. Pure PvP. Whoops. Yeah, pure PvP. So we can get the two-prong in there. We can do all that. Just literally put those boxes there. Anything else we could take from here? I suppose she could have some cereal and stuff like on her shelf. We could put some cereal on there. I suppose the ashtray could be again in that one. We did consider at one point thinking, should she have a sink? Do you know what I mean? Should she have a sink? This sponge is doing well, still floating. It hasn't absorbed any water. What do you think of that? Oh, that's one hell of a kitchen roll. Some of these things are really cool. I like my upside down bowls. That came out well. When we stack them. And the fire. Oh, yeah. Come on. Does that look cool or what? That looks cool. And boil yourself to death if you wish as well. Oh, man. I want to play this now so bad. I want to play this. It's so good. It's great fun to look around. Jen. Discard changes. I didn't do anything I wanted to do here. So there we go. Holy moly. Might have to put a plate on here just to hide that bit. Or I might not bother at all. What's the point? You just simply paint that the same colour as this. Make sure you're not on paint surface. Or you do the taupe thing again. You do the taupe thing again. You just do that. Just because it won't be empty underneath. It can't be on the actual marble, can it? Jimmy, when I'm looking at this, I don't think, oh, I'm only filling in one square. I just feel that the surface is that big. So you come running past this and you're like, look at that, look at that. You don't notice it. Boom, you're in. Looks so good. How did I do the fire? I just I lit the fire pipes and hid them underneath. I I'll show you. We just, underneath, you know, you just get the fire pipes. They're just light switches. You switch them on and off. I just put them across, like people can't get into this area. They can look down there, but they can't really see, or they can get in there if they really wanted to. But like, you're not going to stand in the fire going, oh, how did they do that? I better go and check it out. Oh no, that doesn't look realistic. Oh, because you're burning to death. So it just looks kind of cool. Discard. I don't know what keeps changing in there every time I do it. Awesome. Blue Dawn, got all of that lot. Yeah, I'm probably going to move the heart down one and across one. I'll do that in my own time. That'll bore the hell out of everyone. But yeah, I don't know. I'm feeling the vibe now. This is looking better. Okay, so the thing to sleep on, the thing to think about for everyone to do is, oh, hello, is what do we do inside here? What are we going to do inside here? We've got a big kind of space here. And this big space needs some kind of, you know, bit of TLC. It needs something. So you're going to imagine that people are going to be coming around the radiator, trying to hide from shots of firing. Somebody can kind of half see you from up there. You run into here. What do you see? Now, I kind of like the, you know, it doesn't have a cupboard space. So I could see there being some services in here. This could be like some kind of piping system, something like that. Could there be, what would be hidden in here? We do, the only one thing we want to put on the wall here is also add it to the list. We want safe on wall. That was the one I hadn't written down. I want safe on the wall here. Right there. That would look very cool. But yeah, this is what I'm asking for ideas. What do we do? Initially, that it can be released and it can just be a big ass thing. You know what I mean? I think seeing as we can't get rid of these bits here, I'm going to refill this. You know, I just, you know, I'm thinking is a few pipes are enough or whatever. Some kind of maze. There could be like loads of pipes or some electronics. I wondered what in game do they want to hide? Like there could be a leather satchel in there. You know, like when we get a leather satchel, a leather trunk. You know what I mean? Some cuts, like something like there could be hidden underneath here, like an actual kind of like POI like deal. Would we be able to make some kind of like leather satchel? Quite a big one, flat bam, you know, in there, so it kind of takes up some room. Yeah, the reason I don't want to do cupboards is because I don't want to do cupboard fronts on it. I want to leave it as it is. I want this to be just like it is in Gen's one, just a big plain kind of deal. But I like the idea of battles going on in here because you then get engrossed in this area and somebody outside can then sneak up behind you and take you out. Because you could be fighting someone here and not thinking you're enclosed. But of course, your brain's got to remember that, bam, somebody could come in from any side, you know? Look at this. This is a good level. I'm starting to feel happy about this one. I'm getting a vibe. But yeah, this is the area that I've got to sleep on now. Some hidden luggage. Isn't him there? And Joseph's World. You're right, mate. And Nev is there. Sorry, that was all quick. Quite a lot there. Skip the power port thing. It looks nothing like a US receptacle. Well, it's European. That'll do. Sorry, I didn't see them in there. You're right, Nim, anyway. And yeah, Joe's as well. Welcome, welcome. Sorry, we are kind of rounding up. I like to think about this because, like, when I go to bed, it is like, what time is it? It's 1:30 in the morning. And I've got to get up and take the kids shopping in the morning. Why has that been shot through? That's not a good idea. Did you see that? Did you see that? That's been shot through, but there it is there. Save. There's one of those random things we were talking about earlier. But yeah, this is a great level. This is one of the best ones, I think, so far. But what are we doing here? I think some pipes. I think something hidden. She's still hiding there. So yeah, we're just gonna have to look at the assets and have a think. What about what do they call the chests at the end? Do you know what I mean? Like there could be like a chest as such. You know, what if there was like an ammo chest or something like this? Like that's more makeable, isn't it? Whoa, don't you do that to me. That's more makeable, producible. A military chest or a chest of some description where you got the bits of wood. Even the rope could be made out of. I think that one's doable. Hardened chest. We could take one of these mini models they have. Like, that's square enough. That's like, we've already got the screen from the till. That would be, that though, would have to be, I can tell you now, that there is way wider than the gap that's in here. So we're not going to make a mini version of that. We're going to make one of these. We're going to make a military chest. I'm going to leave that in there. I think a military chest, and even if we wanted to, we could have 1, 2, and another one offset plonked on top. Like that. And yeah. And then some kind of piping. Something that pipes round. So you could jump up on the pipes or something like that. I don't know. Some kind of services, some kind of hidden chest, something that's been like, it's been tucked away. Like, could we make a rocket launcher? Could Jen have a rocket launcher laying on the ground here next to some military chests? Like, could there be, and it doesn't have to be, it could be like, rather than, well, I can't make, could we make a rocket launcher? Or even just a standard rocket launcher? It doesn't have to be this stupid one. Yeah, 20. 20 to 1 block. 20 to a meter. So like that is basically 20 across. 20 across. So that would be way bigger than this. Like, we could still make one. God damn, we could just plonk one here. There could be easily 20 by 20. Boom. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. But you have to remember, in our scale, it's this big. It's that big. That's how big a military chest is. Okay, we're not going to fit one in here. Sorry, a hardened chest. But a military chest, that's going to be, well, we just take this, put this here. This is going to be exactly 20 by 10. 20 by 10. So it's going to like, there's going to be one here. Oops. 20 by 7, 8, 9, 10. It's going to be that big. Now that is superb if you think about it. Because what that is we could have one there another one here offset. It's also, how high is it going to be? Well, if that's 10, its height is only going to be, well, let's just do it like I, basically. Its height's only going to be like that big, and then a piece of wood on top. It's going to be that big. But that gives us, you know, that with some broken bits in it. Maybe one here, and another one stacked on top, like Jen's secret stash. If you could enter all of these and walk in between them, then all of a sudden we've got this, another one on top, and then bam, this room's basically full. Yeah, I'll definitely double stack. I'm talking about having one here. They can even be slightly offset with another one on top, like in between the two. The pipe rifle, something like that. I don't know. We're just going to have to sit there and try and make some. But I think that'd be a great way of like having something like within the story, you know, what's inside Jen's, you know, we're going to save everything so far, you know, like what's inside this cabinet. There's nothing in there, but obviously she would keep all her secret things in here. Also, there's the back of this electrical box, isn't there? So the back of this electrical box, we're just going to put a circle in it, and then we're going to deal with the circuitry that it's connected to on the other side. So we're going to go over here. We're going to find the dead center. We're going to come in here. We're going to go 180, and we're going to hope we hit the right one, which we have. And then we're just going to take dead. Let's just check that out. Yeah, we've hit the right one. So we're going to take this. We're going to take the old big ass circle job, like so. No, the one with the circle in it. I want to see the circle. Like that. We're going to paint that black. We're going to paint that black. And like from that, we can then have all the electrical stuff. It's going to connect to something, isn't it? I know the electrical port's coming down the bottom, but like it's implying that something's on the back as well. Like, why not? It's one's the power and the other goes to an alarm. Or opens a door, or they could be wiring around the whole damn place that goes to the door. In fact, yes, this could have an electrical wire that comes out of here, goes through a hole or something, that people, the wire dangles down the side, which is something people can run along. It could go along to here, and it could go up the side of this or something that people climb as well, and it could like connect to the door itself, opening said door. Right, this is why we look at it and think about it. Right, guys, I am going to go to bed now because it is late, and as I say, I've got to go out with the kids in the morning. Plenty to think about. If you have any ideas, things that we can put on the shelf, we are limited, of course, because we can't place anything on the shelf. Remember, you can't place anything on there because there's a gap. So any object that has to be placed on here has to be of a shape where you can basically put this block joins in with another. There's only two of them, I think, and it's the circle version and the square version, unless that one is different. Let's have a look. No, it's not. So we can only have really shapes like this, long ones, thin ones. So don't worry about that and sort that. I'm hallucinating. No, I'm being creative. I'm thinking. I'm doing that. I'm thinking about this. No, I'm just getting excited about it. I just think it didn't look good before. There was something wrong with it. And now it looks good. Right. All good. All good in the hood. I don't think I'm going to bother raiding anyone. It's too late. I need to go to bed. I like the idea 50. We can absolutely do that. I'm going to write you a message now How about that 50? We could do we could do something about that as well. Yes, that's it. Some guy size got it. It's starting to look lived in. It's starting to look lived in. Excellent. Right. Okay. Thank you, everybody. Also, the ones hiding behind the scenes. That's the Ghost Fragger. Tremor Tickles, who's been here from the very beginning but hasn't said hello. Hello. And all the others. Great to see Daz come in. Crazy. All good. Lovely to meet Carlos. Joseph's World came in. Lilith's always hiding at the background there. Lovely Flight. Nem, good to see you again. Level 50, of course, for modding. Angel Eyes came in, has been lurking as well. That's just the people who are currently still in one of the chats of YouTube or Twitch. Thank you so much. Yes, I will stop hallucinating, and I will endeavour to get some sleep. So as I say, I'm not going to raid or silly things like that right now because I am tired. So there we have it, ladies and gentlemen. We have Gen Special Deals, our nice mouse mat with our new posters. It's looking better. It's looking lovely.